Carbon Piranha. There was one question that kept popping up, and the answer is this little Spitfire. Hammer and chisel, yeah? GT even smells like an old car.
We have an ex-Andy Rouse British touring car.
Hello and welcome to another video. Today you join me on the way to ASM Auto Recycling in Thame to get an update on the Carbon Piranha, a crazy carbon fibre shelled Sierra Cosworth RS500 project that's being built by the guys at Vision 148 with a load of help from some really clever companies that are partnering up for this epic project. If you haven't already, do go and check out the recent video I made when I first met up with Ian and Stuart from Vision 148 to check out the project. For those of you that have already seen that recent video, there was one question that kept popping up in the comments. I had a few emails about it as well, so let me clear that up. Some of you guys were asking whether they were going to rebuild the RS500 again back to standard specification once they'd ripped it apart and created this carbon fibre version. And the answer is no. This RS500 is a resto mod. It's going to be rebuilt and modified with the carbon fibre shell and a ton of other clever stuff beneath the surface. So I hope that clears that up. That probably means that the project is potentially a bit more controversial to some of you, but I think this build is awesome. I love carbon fibre, that's no secret, and I love it when people aren't afraid to do crazy controversial things to a classic car. All right, I've made it to ASM Auto Recycling, and as you would have just seen from the clips, when I got here, the guys were already cracking on with dismantling the RS500. We've got AJ and Craig who have been entrusted with ripping this thing apart. They actually own one themselves, and it's a full race car. Hopefully we'll hear a bit about that later on. Sitting over here near the RS500 is this little Spitfire. I wonder what's happening with this. Is this going to get restored or is this going to get crushed? Let me know what you think in the comments. It's definitely looking in a bit of a state, bit of a Flintstones car, holes in the floor. But yeah, it would be sad to see this thing sent to the crusher. Hopefully someone is going to save it. I think it's going to need a bit more than this interior shampoo. All right, well now it is completely gutted. You can actually see what we're dealing with. This is literally a bare shell now, but they haven't finished. Unfortunately, they've decided they're not going to try and save these wings. They're not the original wings anyway. This car had a pair of front wings at some point, and they have been struggling to try and drill out the spot wells to save these wings, but they don't want to risk ruining anything beneath the wings. So yeah, unfortunately these wings are now going to get butchered to get them removed. Hammer and chisel, yeah? It's worth noting that these replacement wings were actually spot welded on, and Craig was saying that they probably did try and put the spot welds so that they looked original, but it looks like there's a load of other spot welds in other places that have been filled over to keep the original look, and that's the reason why these wings have been a nightmare to remove, which unfortunately means they need to be butchered to be removed, but they're not original Ford wings anyway. And this way it saves the lip rather than risking damaging them. Alright, so while the guys are removing the other front wing, I've got something really cool to show you. Check this out. So what we've got over here is a very dusty GT Mk1 Cortina that belongs to Chris, and Chris has given us permission to have a look at and film this Cortina. Massive shout and a thanks to you if you're watching. But yeah, as far as I can tell, this is in original condition. It is a left-hand drive. Not sure which country this would have been imported from. It's on a C plate, which I think is around 1965. But yeah, really cool to see a Mk1 Cortina sitting here at ASM Recycling. As you can see, it's got the original steel wheels with the polished centre caps, and yeah, this thing is really dusty, but beneath that it looks like it's in really good shape. So yeah, let's have a quick nosy round it while we're here. Why not? Check out how shiny all the chrome is. Really cool. This thing is open, so we can have a look in the cockpit. Loving the wooden steering wheel. Check that out. Yeah, it even smells like an old car in here. But yeah, this thing is really cool. All original interior. Really good condition. Loving all the dials and stuff on the dash. What a cool place to be. Let's jump in, why not? What a cool little car. Love it. Check out the old school heater. Yeah, this thing's mad. Manual gearbox, as you can see. Yeah, proper cool little thing. I will pop the bonnet. I'm pretty sure on these, you just open them from the front. There you go. And there it is, the original pre-crossflow lump. I'm guessing it's a 1300. It's got a twin choke Weber carb. But yeah, this thing's in pretty decent, what looks like original condition. Pucker little thing. So yeah, just something cool to show you in this video. Let us know what you think in the comments. Left hooker GT Mk1 Cortina. All right, well, just like that, the passenger side front wing has now been removed. I was mistaken when I assumed that they were going to be removing the rear quarters. That's something that will be done when it goes to the next place, which is Coventry Metalcraft. But yeah, we are now looking at a fully stripped RS500 shell. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how this thing is going to progress from here on. This side, much like the other side, it looks like these lips are going to be absolutely fine. And yeah, the guys at Coventry Metalcraft will obviously take the remains of the front wings off. But yeah, those lips will be absolutely fine. But yeah, apologies to the anoraks that are sorry to see this RS500 in this state, but you can't make an omelette without cracking a few eggs. And yeah, as I've said before, I just think it's really cool that there are people out there that are crazy enough to yeah, go a bit extreme with a build. You know, building cars is supposed to be a bit of fun, and if we all done the same thing, then well, life would be really boring, wouldn't it? All right, AJ, so we've watched you and your dad Craig ripping this thing apart today. I know you guys have got to shoot off, and your dad is way too cool to be in front of the camera on my ropey YouTube channel, but it's fair to say that you and your dad know your way around an RS500 or a Sierra, because you've actually got a race Sierra. Yeah. But that's not all you've got in your little fleet, is it? So yeah, if you don't mind, just give us a brief bit of info about your race cars, basically.
Yeah, so we've got the Sierra that we've had since 1999, that my dad actually mechanicked on the car, and then he was basically given the car by the bloke because he owed him some money. And that car is actually an ex-Wilhar 24-hour car, so it's got a bit of history of it. And then just over a period of time, or the last 20 odd years we've had it, or however long we've had it, we've just developed it into a relatively mid-spec. It's about 400 horsepower, uprated gearbox, uprated diff, uprated brakes, big slick tyres, which we race in the classic touring car racing club Thunder Saloons. I've also got a little Honda Civic EP3 Type R that I bought in 2014 that I've raced quite successfully in the UK in national championships, and been lucky enough to win 3 championships in that car and come runner-up two others, which has been quite cool. And then finally we have quite a special car. We have an ex-Andy Rouse Mondeo British touring car that we bought 17, 18 years ago. That's been a labour of love, and we are very honoured and privileged to race that in the UK at historic events, including Super Touring Power at Brands Hatch, which we actually won the last race of last year.
Oh, nice. And you're actually racing this weekend, right?
Yeah, we're off to Donington Park tomorrow. My dad's racing his Sierra Cosworth, and luckily enough, he's allowed me to use the Mondeo again. It's a bit of a special car. It takes a bit of fettling and a lot of love to keep it going, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have a good weekend.
Oh, nice one, man. You got some social media and stuff, sort of following what you get up to?
Yeah, we're on everything: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X or Twitter, whichever you want to call it. So we're all out. I don't post as much as I should do, but I will start posting a bit more.
Yeah, cool. All right, so that was a cheeky little update on the Carbon Piranha, which could be yours if you join the AutoVision Club membership. As well as joining a community of like-minded individuals, you're going to benefit from tons of perks, as well as, of course, being in the draw to win the car when they finished building it. If you want to get involved, please do use the link in the description of this video, because that's an affiliate link. So if you go through to the AutoVision Club membership website through that link specifically, you're going to be supporting me as well. So look, that's all I've got for this video. As always, huge thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Do give the video a thumbs up to satisfy the algorithm. As usual, check all the links in the description to follow me elsewhere, contact me and support me in various ways. Huge thanks as always to my Patreons for your ongoing support. But other than that, until next time, thanks for watching.